SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, is on deck from the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The three wise guys are mic'd up and ready. SoundOff begins now.
And away we go. SoundOff coming to you from Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. It is a show that you must watch from start to finish. I guarantee you will not be dissatisfied. There's our money-back guarantee thing that we've been talking about for the past month. Kevin Guidry right there, who promised, who pledged that if LSU lost to Alabama, he would not come back home to this part of the state. That's what you said.
Rick. I said it, Rick.
But you're here. Scooter Hobbs in the middle, Hall of Fame sports columnist. He's here because he has no better place to go right about now. Rick Serro here because the Saints are on a winning streak. That's why I'm here. Where's my helmet at? That's why I'm here. All right. You got the drift of tonight's show. Plus, Will Wade and the McNeese Cowboys, they stared down number 2 Alabama and didn't blink on the hardwood in Tuscaloosa. What a great game for those guys. We got more on that a little bit later on in the show. But we start with Alabama's thrashing of LSU by 29 points.
You had to make that a point, huh?
Had to throw in the thrashing.
Okay. Right.
Brian Kelly said they're not so much upset about losing a shot at the playoffs. Are they upset because they didn't live up to the standards of LSU football?
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding?
That's coach speak.
Well, he's good at it, isn't he?
Oh, Harmon. Well, but he. Okay, yeah.
Go ahead, Scoot.
He's good at it.
They all do some coach speak,
Yes.
but he normally is a little more honest than most. I'll give him that.
But the coach speak is starting to wear thin.
Oh,
with
no
the
question.
recurring problems.
No
that this team
question.
has.
I mean, how many of these can you? I'm owning it.
Yeah.
I mean, if college coaches have no choice. They have to own it. If they fuss at a player, the transfer portal's there.
That's exactly right.
You can't
exactly
throw
right.
a player.
You got to
under the
own it.
bus
Now you got to
anymore.
pay for it, right, Kevin? Hey, by the way, why do you have an Alabama hat on?
No, it's not Alabama. This is my
Oh,
NFL.
no, it's NFLPA, but it sure looks like Alabama to me.
No. That's just the color
Okay.
comes in. That's all.
You didn't see enough red Saturday night?
Really?
Let me say this, guys, and this is the question everybody's going to ask.
gonna stay
We gotta
calm?
Probably go to it.
You gonna stay calm?
I won't, Rick.
Don't
No.
blow a fuse. We got fuses and all this electronic gear.
And I'm like, I couldn't make it up to the press box to really get with Scooter because they probably would have put me out.
Probably.
Look, you had 2 weeks. 2 weeks, guys.
How many?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
That's 4.
Yeah,
No,
that's
two.
right.
2 on each, and I'm doing 2 on each hand.
That's a peace
Scooter.
sign there. All right, go ahead.
You mean to tell me you're going to come into Tiger Stadium with a guy that not only beat you once, you knew last year what he did. You knew exactly what type of guy this guy was. This guy is probably the best rushing quarterback in the country.
Yes.
You know this.
Yes.
2 weeks
Previous
before.
2 weeks, he
2 weeks
had
before, you
10
had Reed.
yards and 11 yards.
I get that, Scooter.
We'll get into
But
that in regards to
this
LSU's
one even
defense.
makes it worse, Scooter.
Yeah.
He come to LSU. This dude had 12 rushes for 186 yards and 4 touchdowns.
We all know the stats.
Rick, but my
We all
point
know
is
the
this,
stats.
Rick. The LSU defensive coaching staff, you have
Highest
got to
paid.
have known that you had to make changes for this week, Rick, coming in, Rick. And I'm just going to be honest, guys. I love my Tigers. We don't have any dogs on defense. We don't.
All right, we're going to get into that in a
sorry.
little bit. Is it that simple, Mr. Hobbs, that they are simply outmanned when you get to the upper tier of the SEC? When I say upper tier, it's Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee.
You know, when is the last
I'm talking
time?
about the defense.
You know, you ever talked about it, talent being the problem?
Yeah.
At LSU.
Yeah.
That crazy 2020 COVID season, maybe.
Look.
But for the most part, and I'm not, you know, that's kind of the flavor of the week. Oh, just because Herb Street says Brian Kelly needs to go out and recruit. Yeah, it doesn't look much like DBU. I'll grant you that. But it's more than just talent. There's some decent players there.
Scooter, we can't
Decent,
compete.
though. Scooter,
can't compete.
relatively speaking, decent.
I
can't
disagree
stop
with that.
a Jalen
I disagree
Milroe.
with that. If we had decent players, damn it, we could stop this kid. Okay, we can't. Rick,
The other teams have tackled him.
because of the scheme.
Scheme.
You
It's a
see what I'm
combination.
trying to get to, Scooter? it ain't always the players, but you got to put them in a position to give them a chance to try to make plays, man.
He toyed with the Tigers defenders. He really
He got
did.
He got outcoached. Killing the whole
I'm
staff
talking
got
about
outcoached.
Milroe. He was
got
almost
man.
untouched on a lot.
Rick, let me tell you something.
And
When
his sheer speed and size, he just ripped right through them. They had no shot.
Our front four, our 3 linebackers, they didn't stand a chance. And you talking about these guys wanting to go to the next level?
Hey.
On what level?
Okay, hey,
what level?
Hey, Mr. Guy that thinks he knows defense. Did they try to spy him? I didn't see it.
Can't,
Not really.
With who, Rick? Who you gonna spy him with? What athlete, Rick?
Valid.
Let me tell you the term of spying.
Don't kill me, I'm just the messenger.
You try and put your best athlete on their best
Yeah.
athlete. Who would that be, Rick?
I thought
first?
it would be Major Burns.
Who would that be first?
I thought
no,
maybe.
no.
Maybe.
Major Burns half the time don't know where to line up.
Probably.
Okay, look, I'm telling you like this. We was in the DB room before the game talking to the guys. They seemed like they were. Corey Raymond, like he had them ready, knowing what to do and everything. But I'm going to tell you, the problem is this, guys. These guys sometimes have to, and I'm taking it up for my DBs, damn it. I'm sorry. These guys have to sometimes play for the breakdowns they have up on the front line and those linebackers.
Okay.
They got to play for those guys.
Hang on to some of
And
that thought.
takes them out of what
because
they got to do.
Thursday, we'll take a deeper dive in regards to some of the defensive stuff. Let's go to the offensive side. Garrett Nussmeier, 6 turnovers. He has had a hand in over 2 games. He's struggling.
In 6 quarters, 6 turnovers.
I didn't expect this. I really didn't from this young man.
Well, he was always a little bit, he's got that gunslinger.
Scooter, I know.
Gunslinger?
But it is catching up with them.
It ain't no gunslinger, Scooter. Nope.
Hello.
Nope.
It is catching up with that offense.
Yes.
More and more each week that they cannot run the ball.
Yes. It's
Well,
simple
wait.
as that.
Well,
Where
Scooter.
in the world is this great
I
offensive
don't know.
line?
Not real good pass
And
protection.
now they can't even pass
I know.
protect. I mean, that one play summed it up for me. When
When he
Nussmeier fumbled,
Yes.
the linebacker, nobody, the center, who's center's name? The center had nobody to block.
The guard wasn't blocking anybody either.
Had
Look.
nobody to block, and he just watches.
He just
the
saw him
guy.
run by him.
And that's Nussmeier's
Look,
fault.
Yeah.
Look.
No, you're right. You're right about
Let
that.
me
Clearly.
tell you, give DeBose, them, and the coaching staff for Alabama.
Oh, you're finally giving some
They
credit.
did a hell of a job. Let me tell you something. I've never seen a team make a quarterback more uncomfortable. Nussmeier is not a out-of-the-pocket quarterback.
No,
I don't know when in the hell they thought that they could rotate him out and make him do something outside the pocket. He
Yeah.
either stands in the pocket and steps up and throws the ball.
Yeah.
This is what Alabama made him do the entire night, and the results were evident as to what you saw on,
red zone,
on the field.
too many field goals. Well, Alabama was scoring touchdowns. They were kicking field goals. As we move to the close, I'll say this: I have been a big supporter. I have been an advocate of Brian Kelly as head coach. I have been a believer. This was not a good look for Brian Kelly.
No, Rick.
He
Not
knows
a
it.
good
He
look
knows
at
it, and
all.
I think
Oh, my
he is
God.
a good coach.
We're going to the
And he
Cheez-It Bowl
knows
now.
that.
All right.
That's what
we're
we're
going to take a deeper dive in all of that on Thursday's show. We'll talk a pause.
We
got
definitely
much
have to
more
take a
of the
deeper
show.
dive.
What about Omar?
Got to get rid of that Alabama hat. We're coming right back to Caesar Sportsbook. Stay right there.
Hello, portable AC. Hello, Topo Chico. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer with added minerals for a crisp taste.
What's bugging you? Is it roaches? They're the first pest you think of for indoor bugs and a health threat. At J&J, we offer weapons to eliminate and prevent infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
He takes the handoff. It's a reverb.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
When you step into Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles, your first order of business is get the Caesars reward cards.
Yes.
You know what it means. Simple as that. You get rewards when you get the card. You also got to sign up for the Caesars Sportsbook app. It has all the values and promotions and all the great insights from the legendary name of Caesars when it comes to sports betting, all right here at Caesars Sportsbook. That would be Horseshoe Lake Charles. All right, so much to enjoy as well, too. All right, by now, by virtue of LSU's loss, their third loss, by the way, they're pretty much out of the run. I say they're out of the running.
A lot's got to happen, Rick, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Not mathematically.
But okay.
A lot's got to happen.
Here it is. They run the table. They still got 3 more games to play.
Yeah.
They can look forward to possibly a 10-win season and a mediocre bowl.
Cheese it
Florida
Bowl.
Bowl.
Cheese it? Is it Cheese It Bowl? I hate that damn
Cheez-It Bowl.
commercial too, by the way.
Cheez-It
I mean, is
Bowl.
that enough for LSU fans?
Oh, what, the Mayonnaise Bowl we got, Scooter? We can go to the
Duke's
Mayonnaise
Mayo
Bowl.
Bowl.
It's legit,
Mayonnaise
and
Bowl.
I don't know. The only,
That's not what we're playing for, Scooter.
I mean, this is Kelly's 3rd year.
Yes, it is, sir.
He's pretty much playing with his own players,
Yes, it is,
either
sir.
by recruiting or the
Yeah.
transfer
Yes.
portal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, the combination of the portal and recruiting changes everything.
It can quickly.
Maybe they are struggling with that.
Yes.
You know, blending the two.
But here's this opportunity, especially what happened over the weekend. Georgia lost. Okay. When you look at the upper tier of the CFP, Georgia lost. Also, Iowa State, Pitt's pretty much falling
Miami.
back.
Yeah.
Miami lost. So they had
Rick,
an opportunity to clearly jump into the top 10 by beating Alabama, or at least
Yeah.
the top 12, obviously, and they didn't.
Oh, I think
Rick,
it'd been
You think they would have been
let
top
me
10?
10, yeah,
Top 10,
maybe
Rick, let me
8
tell
or
you
9.
what's.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's really going on here, guys. And some guys there was at the game because there's a lot of former players there and a lot of guys that coach that was there and all this stuff. They said, Kevin, look at Ole Miss. Ole Miss got together with their collective and spent close to $20 million on their defensive front.
Okay.
Are they whipping everybody's ass? We got lucky. We got lucky.
Oh, now it's lucky.
No. When you think about it,
The
they must
Monday
have had
after
a bad,
that game,
no.
you weren't talking
Scooter,
about being
Scooter, No,
lucky.
but what I'm saying is, Scooter, they had a bad day against us. They manhandled
count.
Georgia. They manhandled
Yeah, they
Georgia.
did. You're talking about Ole Miss.
All
right,
yes,
okay.
they
All right,
manhandled.
all right.
Rick, we've got to get together with our collective, and you know what? You better damn well go and get the players that you need to make this team successful. Because how in the hell you can pay a coach $10 million and you can't get the players you need at that university?
Thursday show, TVT's Thursday show, we'll talk a little bit about this recruiting class and money and where not that whole thing. Look, let's go on the other side of this. You're not a fan of, was it General Omar Bradley? Was
Just
the Tiger?
Omar
I
the
like
Tiger.
the idea of
No,
the Tiger.
no,
I like the idea. Why not?
It was always the most overrated part of an LSU football game, dragging a Tiger out
One
in the
every
cage.
5 years? I don't have a problem with it. Didn't do anything.
The fans didn't care much for it, I can
Probably
tell you
not.
that.
Well, let's
It's
go.
stupid. You bring in a unknown,
I know.
inconsequential Tiger.
Okay.
And
I didn't know
Let's get on something that's consequential. These knucklehead fans.
and you know who paid for that? The governor says
didn't know
no
you
tax
fell for that,
dollars
Scooter.
went to
Oh,
that. But okay, who?
The state of Louisiana has a surplus. They'll find the money somewhere. Look, let's talk about something consequential. These knucklehead fans throwing bottles
That
and
was
garbage
stupid. That's just stupid.
on the field
We don't do
over
that.
a face mask
A face mask.
penalty.
We don't
It
do
was
that.
a
That
good,
was just-
it was, the
The
call
majority
was
of it was the
correct.
student
It
section,
was a
man.
correct call,
Yeah.
and no, come on, and they got to
just
find them
stupid.
again for another $250.
This was nothing like that Texas.
No,
No,
but
it
it
was.
was
I
still.
thought
The Texas
and
game
they got
was really
fined
bad.
$250,000 for it,
Yeah.
and
Can't do that.
you know,
You just can't.
it
No,
wasn't-
you can't. I was surprised. that it
I'm
happened.
not condoning it. Don't get me wrong.
I was surprised that it happened.
But there were
I
only a
was.
few out there. It wasn't like they were piling up.
Yeah, I was.
You,
I
you
was
might need
surprised
to,
that it
you might
happened.
need to
I really
borrow
was.
my glasses.
I
Let's
really
move
was
to the
surprised that
Saints. Okay, the Rizzy has them on a one-game winning streak over the Atlanta Falcons by 3 points. Look, interim head coaches have a tendency to win their first one, and then it falls off. And that goes by the Saints
You
too.
got
But
players
you
that
saw-
wanna make 'em
But
feel
you
good.
saw the
Players.
passion, you saw the energy,
Yeah.
you saw the fire
Yeah.
that he promised.
And if there was anything different,
You're exactly right.
It
Scooter.
was
from Dennis Allen,
It was
that.
the
It was that.
comatose on the sideline.
Yeah,
exactly right.
That
players-
alone,
Did you see his face?
that alone
Your players
made.
feed off
Did
of
you
that,
see
man.
his face when that guy blocked the field goal? I mean, his face was exploding. I'm
Rick,
talking about
your
Darren
players-
Rizzi.
That alone,
That alone,
you
you're
know,
right.
Players
that
feed off
alone
you as
made
a head
it
coach.
made
I've
it more
said that.
fun to watch the Saints.
It really
anyway.
did. It
We
really
will
did.
see how they do.
I know.
Yeah.
Look,
But
Kevin, you know as a player, You can talk about unity and
Yeah.
circle the wagons and rah and that can only go so far. You gotta make plays.
You do have
You gotta
to
make
make plays. And I'm gonna tell you what, the Saints, I don't know if it was just playing off of a new look, a new set, or whatever. I don't know, Rick. But this is what happens when you have players that really believe in the guy that's leading them. This is what happens. This is the
You
reaction.
said it all along,
that
and you as
get.
well.
And I
You
told
gotta
you,
want to play hard for
players
the man.
cannot.
Yeah.
If Dennis Allen was my coach, I couldn't get up for a game if this
Well,
dude was my head coach.
I know.
couldn't.
I look, guys, how ironic, okay? I go way back. I go
What
back to
those guys
66
get paid?
with this team. How ironic another Falcons game comes down to the Saints offense having to get a first down to win it, and they don't. And who drops the wide open pass? Their best player,
I mean,
41?
I know. That was going to
How
make
does
it
that
worse.
happen?
You knew-
Because
you knew that-
how you going to get mad at Kamara?
You can't.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you
where
can't.
would they be without him?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
you
it's
can't.
just,
I
my
mean,
head exploded. My head exploded.
The one
But-
guy who has become, in my book, the leader of this
He has
team.
to.
Yes.
He has.
Yeah,
He
but
has.
what do they, ironically, what do they get in the ensuing possession they haven't gotten in like 4 years? A sack.
A sack,
On
yeah.
it to end
A
the game.
sack.
I'm constantly
A sack.
yelling at the TV,
And,
sack the quarterback,
you
pressure
know-
the quarterback, because that changes games. And Young Hoo Koo,
Oh, yeah.
he
when-
never misses.
I
He
know.
never
You
misses.
knew that, Rick.
And he
you
missed
just-
3 field goals.
Yeah.
It was destined.
Well, one was blocked.
Well, okay.
I mean, well,
It was
I think,
desperate.
But you're
yeah,
right,
but
though,
it
Rick.
counts
That dude
as a
doesn't
miss,
miss, man.
because
All
it got past the line of scrimmage.
The
But-
Browns come into the dome.
They do.
And the return of
And
Jameis
you know who's the
Winston.
quarterback. You know who's the
Jameis
quarterback.
Winston
Okay.
is leading the Cleveland Browns.
You know?
How do you think he'll be received?
I think
You know, to my
I don't
mind,
think they care.
To my mind,
I think-
Jameis kind of grew up in New Orleans. I don't mean
Yeah.
he came of
No.
age.
Yeah.
He matured
He matured.
in New
Good
Orleans.
word.
That's
I would-
the word
Because
I'm
of Drew
looking
Brees.
I would have
You're right.
given anything if I could have seen Sean Payton and Drew Brees continue to groom him and work with him.
No. You're crazy.
Rick, I really believe that.
No,
I
you're
think
crazy.
he could be a
No.
good quarterback
No.
if he could have had those
Speaking
two
of a
guys
good
to stay with
quarterback
him.
who is going down the toilet quick is Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. The only reason I want to bring this up is
Look what they do to the kid,
McNeese
Rick.
football legend Kerry Joseph is maybe just hanging on to the quarterback's
They
job in
fired the
Chicago
offensive coordinator. They fired him.
by his fingernails.
He's gone.
Caleb Williams is a terrible looking quarterback right now.
He is right now.
He's the #1 pick over Jaden
He is.
Daniels.
Yeah.
And he is struggling. And Kerry Joseph is the man working
Rick.
with him day to day, but he ain't the offensive coordinator.
Remember
He's
what
not
we
calling
always
plays.
say, Rick? You got to put a kid in the right system
The right
to be
system.
successful.
And our process is we got to go to commercial
We
break
do,
so we don't get
already.
a delay of game flag. We're
I've
coming
never
back with
seen
round 3
breaks
of the
this
show. Stay with us.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
SoundOff from Caesar Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. You step into the legendary, iconic Caesar Sportsbook.
Yes.
Like I said, it's legendary when it comes to gaming for sports, but then you get into the newest and most spacious gaming floor in Southwest Louisiana.
It's
Newest
really
and
nice
most
in here.
spacious is right here,
It's
and of
really
course,
nice.
luxury dining at Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse right around the corner. And don't forget about Bruce Brothers. Great food. We
That
keep
is
telling you
good
about it.
food over there.
You really got to try it. Great staff behind the bar. It's a great
They've
place.
got
We love
every
it.
sporting
It's all
event
down
on
here
that
at the
board.
Horseshoe Lake Charles. All right, the McNeese football Cowboys were off last week.
Yeah.
Prepping for the second to last game of the season, prepping for their last 2 games, prepping for Northwestern State, who I had to look it up.
Are we going to talk about that?
They're 0-10. I thought they had a win somewhere.
No.
Now, the Cowboys know all about 0-10
No.
and
Oh,
being
yeah.
last in the conference.
They do.
You've been around here longer than me. This is kind of Northwestern's little mini rivalry outside of that thing they do with Stephen F. Austin across
Yeah,
the board.
it has become through the.
And they don't play in
it's-
every
it's-
year lately.
Apparently
Rick.
not.
Yeah, apparently
But
not.
But last year
right.
they were supposed to.
And what happened?
Well,
the
it was
Demons
a
forfeited.
Yeah.
which
because
we
of-
don't acknowledge
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's right.
Rick.
But you're right. Through all the moving and shaking of the, I guess it's always been the Southland Conference, but some come in, some come
Yeah.
out.
Right.
McNeese Northwestern has always been there.
Yeah.
Now, right now, Northwestern is kind of an expansion team.
Yep.
Really?
Everybody knows the backstory.
Yeah,
last year
they called off the last 5-6 games of the year.
They had to cut their
last year.
season short. They had a tragic shooting on campus or near campus. One of their players was shot and killed. Investigation, that whole thing. The coach
Sad, just
resigned.
sad
It was a sad
all
situation.
around, Rick.
Look,
Sad.
we'll spend a couple of seconds. I can't speak for you guys, but I had reservations of this program even coming back.
I did too. And a lot of people closer to the situation than us also did.
They did.
I'm glad they're back. This is a historic university, Northwestern State.
What's a great school.
It
I
is.
love that
So
campus.
again,
I love going to Natchitoches.
from Cowboy perspective,
demons.
can't overlook anybody
demons.
because they kind of did that in Houston Christian, and you
Exactly.
saw what happened. All right,
Yeah.
Will Wade and the McNeese Cowboys. He said before this game, or he said it after their season opening loss, "We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right."
Yeah.
Man knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he knows what he's
They
talking
lose
about.
by 8 on the
number
road.
2 team in the country.
Okay, but let's not get too excited.
Oh my God!
Scooter, what are you saying?
What are you?
Scooter, what are you saying?
This is
Alabama's
early in the
number 2.
year. Why not get excited?
Well, I mean, okay, maybe I
Oh, my
phrased that
gosh.
wrong.
Okay,
they didn't
rephrase.
win the game.
Oh,
No,
my
they didn't.
God.
And yes, it's the number
They were
2
18-point
team, the number
underdogs.
2 team in the country.
Will Wade-
Now, let's see. how it
Will
plays
Wade said,
out.
actually,
Well,
this
of
is the
course
best
he
team in-
did. He's playing them.
I agree with him. UConn is.
Well,
is
I
com-
haven't watched enough. but-
UConn got the number one. You're laughing at it. I know you are. UConn got the because they're coming off a national championship. You're going to obviously give those guys
Well,
that.
I know how basketball scores work.
Yeah.
Okay, I just don't get too excited about a loss.
Hey, Scooter, let me ask you a question.
Wow.
Why you think Bama came back and beat McNeese? Because they're good, Scooter.
Well, I did not say that.
Well, they had the lead the whole most of the
I
game
will
in
put
the second
it
half.
this way.
What? Go ahead.
McNeese showed up well.
Oh,
They
no
won this
doubt.
game.
There's no doubt.
The
Scooter.
moment wasn't too big for him.
No.
The team wasn't too big for him.
Let
The
me-
venue wasn't too big for him. That's where it's
Well,
impressive.
it was
So,
8 points.
Let
too
me
big
impress
for
you
him.
even more. Let me impress
It's
you
the
even more.
number 2
Let me
team
impress
in
you
the
even more.
country.
Maybe this will help Scooter. There are some SEC teams, basketball, that McNeese would whip.
On
They
that
would
night.
beat.
On that
Probably
night.
so.
They would
On that
beat.
night.
If
Okay.
you're going with
And they got another shot.
If
Mississippi
Alabama
State's
is
coming
the
up.
best,
And they're in the
it
Southland
is.
Conference now, guys. They're in the Southland Conference, okay?
Yeah.
Not the SEC.
look, I
If
think
you're,
I
if
see-
you're
they
going
would
with a
beat.
notion, I've seen, and this was a fairly close game, but remember, McNeese was down 21.
21, yeah.
Okay, I've seen the way basketball scores go. And, you know, a lot of 20-point games end up being 4- and 6-point games.
Yes.
A lot of 4-point games end up being 20-point games.
The point I'm trying to make is, I think if you look at this team and the talent that they brought in, you knew they were going to be a very deep and talented team.
He knew what he was missing.
It's this early in the year. This is I'm going to say their second game. I'm not even counting biblical college.
Yeah.
All right. So early in the year, and Alabama too is going to get better as the year goes. This is early in the season. So
will.
both of them.
Veteran
early-
team, Bama's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look,
this was impressive.
What do you think
Impressive
some
coming
of the
back from
Southland
21 down.
Conference teams are saying
I
looking
would-
at that game last night?
they-
What do you
Get
think
ready.
they're saying?
They lost the game. I would say it's encouraging.
They were supposed to lose the game.
Yeah, well, it was encouraging,
Very encouraging.
not impressive.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you.
Well, encouraging is a better word than impressive. I'm not ready to
Well,
have everybody dancing in the streets.
You watched the game? Did you watch the same
saw
game
Josh.
I played?
I don't
Okay.
think you
all right,
watched the
all right.
same
I'm
game
just-
we watched,
bit
Rick.
of it.
And here's
don't
what
think you saw
here's
it.
what I saw, gentlemen. Preseason, all Southland Conference, Kadar Copeland barely played in the game. He struggled early. He struggled against Biblical College. He's still getting his feet under him.
He is.
Watch out for this guy.
Rick,
Now,
you're
he
right.
may not be a starter, and he's on
You're
the
right, Rick.
preseason all-conference team,
You're right.
first team. This
You're right.
number 11, Copeland. Watch
Look,
out for this skill player when
Will
he
Wade
gets
knows
going.
what he's doing, Rick. I promise you. He knows what he's doing.
Look, North Texas on Monday at the Legacy Center. Again, you know, you can't come down too much.
Yeah.
And then down the line, you got Santa Clara, who's
Look,
probably going to be I'm not saying they're going to run the table here.
Yeah.
But this was more than
We're
just
always scheduled
encouraging.
those games for a reason.
We got to go
They
to
got
break.
scheduled
We're
for a
coming
reason.
back with the final round of SoundOff with or
Not
without
enough
Mr.
time.
Hobbs.
Not
when we
enough
come back.
time.
Stay right here.
He takes the handoff. It's a refurbished.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
What's bugging you? Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
J&J has protected Louisiana homes and businesses for over 60 years.
Call him today, make the pests go away. J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
All right, final round of the show, Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles.
Yes.
If you miss any part of our shows, you can't do that.
better not do it.
CBSLakeCharles.tv, CBSLakeCharles.tv. You go to the website of our CBS broadcast partner, click us on YouTube, and you can watch all the shows of such. All right, solid recruiting class for LSU in 2025 may be taking some of the heat off Brian Kelly by fans and big money boosters and the like. The biggest catch so far is this Michigan young quarterback, dual threat Bryce Underwood. He was there for multiple days over the weekend during the Alabama game.
Did everybody see what Michigan offered him while he was in Baton Rouge?
A whole lot of money. They're putting a last-second push on trying to decommit Bryce Underwood
He's a
from
17-year-old
LSU.
kid, okay?
I have not seen anything of him, but
I
I
saw
saw
him- I
pictures
saw him in
online.
person.
He is huge.
Yes,
He's
he is.
skinny.
I don't know what Scooter talking about. I don't know.
I
what's
thought
going
he was. I thought he was huge.
The kid is bigger than me. The kid is bigger
No,
than
he's
me.
not.
Anyway,
He's taller, maybe.
I don't know what he saw.
I don't know what Scooter's on today.
Maybe I
for
saw
LSU
somebody
Alabama?
else.
Maybe
Maybe
he
I
had the
saw
wrong kid.
somebody else.
Maybe you saw the
I
wrong
don't
kid,
get all
Scooter.
fired up about
This
it.
you
is
saw the
a
wrong
Joe
kid, man.
Sloan connection, Kevin, that has to stay firm. They got to get Underwood.
Rick,
They got to.
I don't believe in that statement.
This-
okay.
this is what I'm saying.
If you got
If you
to get
lose
one
Underwood,
player-
if you lose Underwood, we'll talk more Thursday. Then all those other guys may leave.
Yeah.
Because it's
they
a
wanna
sign.
be-
That's how
they
young
want-
guys are.
They want to be around people that they know going to want to be successful.
He's the
just
number one
like
quarterback recruit in the
God,
country.
Scooter.
In the country. All right, let's move on to the Colorado Buffaloes. I thought they were dead. I thought they
did
were
too.
gone. When they lost to Nebraska and
did
that
too,
offensive
man.
line, and
Look.
Primetime has them 7-2
He's
and
got
a
the
shot
coaches-
for the Big 12 title.
Can I say
Dion has made a believer out of me.
But can I
I'll
say something?
that.
Dion has never coached in his life on a collegiate level of such. But
Not
you
on
know
that-
what?
that
But
big
you know
stage.
what Dion's smart about?
was at
Look at
Jackson
the
State.
people he's put around him. That's not on the. That's
Okay.
that's the sweat. Look at the people he's put around him. Look
Pat
at that.
Shermer, offensive
Look at that.
coordinator,
But he's,
is doing a great job
but listen,
with Shador Sanders
You
in
gotta
that
be
offense.
smart sometimes. Scooter,
But
man.
Dion's the star of that show.
If you know you don't have,
But he's got him playing really, really good football after a slow start.
Dion's
That's
doing
all.
it right, man. He's doing
That's
it
all.
right.
All right. Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia is suing the NCAA
Yes, he
because
is.
he wants the junior college years
Back.
to not count against his eligibility.
Exactly.
What was your statement during the break?
What?
I love it.
Oh,
Just
you
sue what?
Just sue the NCAA.
Yeah.
You know you're going to
You're
win.
gonna win.
He'll probably throw in a couple $1 million.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I like the
pain
move.
and suffering.
I like
I
the
mean,
move. He
but-
might have a point.
But that opens up a.
It does open up
That
a big
opens up-
Pandora's
that
box.
opens
up
We
Pandora's
got to go. We'll see
Yes,
you next
we do.
time right here at SoundOff.